So I've worked with RMG now for about 10 years, primarily as a client of theirs, where they've recruited people at various different levels into the business for us. But more recently, I've worked with them as a candidate as well. I like RMG because there's been consistency of the people that we've worked with. So I've worked with Oliver for most of that 10 years. They're always very responsive. They come back to us quickly upon initial call. They take the time to understand the business. One of the reasons I like RMG is that I work primarily in the scientific sector and they are sector experts. So they understand the nuances of the different roles within the company, and they've been able to bring people to us to match those different levels of roles within scientific companies. The process of working with RMG has always been easy. I found it effortless to work with them with a range of different roles. They make sure that the process is clear up front and then keep you updated as you're moving through the process. Overall, I found them a great recruitment company to work with.
What sets a recruitment management group apart for me are three things really. I would talk about the way that they take on a project, the way that they manage a project and the people they put forward and the outcomes of the project with the actual person that ultimately joins the company. What I've always enjoyed is the process by which you brief RMG is extremely thorough. So they're not just interested in 2 or 3 things about the brief. They really want to understand the brief in a lot of depth. So it's a really precise understanding of the need, and time is given to the client to really explain the need and all of the aspects of that. Obviously the recruitment process is then very professional. It's a very well connected company, very well networked. And whenever I'm asked to then come in and interview people that have been brought forward, I've never interviewed anyone put forward by RMG that isn't an obvious fit with all of the aspects of the brief. So I always have a situation whereby I interview 3 or 4 people who all could, in theory, be appointed. And then the final piece of the jigsaw is, in each occasion I have appointed people through this process, those people have always been a really good fit at that time and have always then gone on and stayed in those organisations and grown in those organisations. So there's real value here in taking the time as a recruitment company, and RMG do this, to understand the brief in the nth degree of detail and then only bring people through the process that clearly fit. And the longevity of the people that we've recruited through RMG speaks volumes in terms of the process they operate. So for me, that's where the true value of what they do is.